Well, they believe that estate planning involves more than just writing out the legal documents, right? It's about getting clients the desired results they deserve.
For over 35 years, the estate planning law group of Blazek and Gregg has worked with families to successfully achieve their goals with the motto, effective planning made easy.
Welcome back, Attorney Jim Blazek. Good to see you, Jim.
Good to see you guys. Always good to be here.
Yeah, no, it's always good to have you on. We always, I mean, we've talked to you about estate planning in the past, and for our viewers that haven't caught some of those segments, you want to just break it down from the basic fundamentals. What is estate planning?
Well, estate planning really anticipates a transfer of your property at time of death. And also disability. We want to make sure that people hand off their property at time of death in an orderly fashion, in a way that saves attorney's fees, saves expenses, saves taxes, but more importantly, actually protects property in the hands of your loved ones. Make sure that they don't lose it through the things that might happen in their lives, whether it be a divorce or their own disability or lawsuits, those types of things.
Now, how long have you been doing this? How long have you been doing estate planning?
You know, it seems like a very short time, actually over 35 years.
Yeah.
Just
Time flies, doesn't it? It's crazy.
Just a drop in the bucket, just 35 years, that's it.
You know, we work for great people, and I work with great people. I really love what I do, and so it does go by so fast.
And I've asked you that before, but I want to touch on that again. Why is it that you do this, and what do you get out of this? I mean, why do you enjoy it so much?
Well, I like making a positive impact in people's lives. I like to do something that's worthwhile. And so if I can help people protect their loved ones, protect their property, I feel like I'm doing something worthwhile. And, you know, everybody wants a well-spent life. Everybody wants to do something important, and estate planning is very, very important.
I did the math. So you started this back in the 80s, right? And I don't want to age you here, but you brought it up. How many changes have you seen in this industry when it comes to estate planning in that 35 years?
You know, there's been so many changes. There's been a steady change in the laws. Tax laws have changed dramatically over the years. We can do much better planning now than we ever could before. Also, the tools change, the strategies change. You know, years ago people would do simple wills, and that evolved into simple trusts, and that evolved into protective trusts we're doing quite a bit of now. And now I think goals change as well, and there's been a steady change in just the type of planning people are interested in doing. Years ago people would come in for what I would call death transfer planning. Anticipating a death at some point and want to make sure there's an orderly transfer of your property at time of death. But now so many people come in and they're interested in disability planning, elder law, nursing home planning. And that's a little different than typically your death transfer planning.
Can you explain nursing home planning for us and why that is important?
You bet. Traditional estate planning would anticipate a death. And so it puts a plan in motion or puts a plan in place that would deal with death and to transfer property at that time of death. Elder law or nursing home planning anticipates a disability. It anticipates a possible stay in a nursing home. And so those strategies are very different than transferring property at death. You know, how do I want to be handled or taken care of, you know, if I'm disabled? Who's in charge of taking care of me if I'm disabled? Where will I be taken care of? You know, do I want to protect property for my loved ones? You know, might I lose everything to a nursing home? Might they, you know, the Medicaid spend down, you know, consume my entire estate? So those strategies are different.
It can be complicated, and I think some people say, well, I've just got a will in place. You know, I wrote some things down that I want to leave to certain people. Why is that just not enough?
Typically, wills do not protect property in the hands of loved ones. That's a component that they're missing. So will documents are typically just transfer documents. That's who gets it when I die. Well, better planning requires protection. You know, my own plan, for example, protects my children in case my wife remarries when I die. You know, my own plan for my own children would protect their inheritance if they were divorced. My own plan, for example, protects my children's inheritance if they later become disabled. My own particular plan protects my grandchildren when my children die. In typical will-based planning, simple wills just don't go to that level, don't go to that depth. And so they're lacking. They really miss the mark.
Yeah, makes sense.
So with estate planning, when do you think that someone should start the planning process?
I think that there's really two parts to that answer, and that is when you have loved ones and when you have enough property you want to protect it. You know, we do a lot of wills, for example, what I call simple wills, a starter will, when people have small estates, but they have children they want to name a guardian for. So we do a lot of wills for young families. They want to make sure particular people take care of their children, God forbid they pass away. But also when people have significant wealth, they want to make sure that it's protected and not squandered.
Yeah.
You know, when you work hard over a lot of years to save and, you know, build a business or build a farm, you want to make sure that it's not lost by the next generation.
And everybody's situation is different. That's why you need to just go to the website blazekandgregg.com to check out all the information they have online, or you can give them a call at their location as well. It's always good having you come in. The information, because you're right there off 115th and West Dodge Road, 402-496-3432. And again, that website, Blazek and Gregg, 2gs.com.
Thank you so much,
Jim,
Jim.
thanks for the information.
Yes,
It's always good to
thank
see
you.
you. Thanks for catching up.